Hopefully signal's not too terrible. We will find out. It's not looking great. Yeah, we might have to move this inside, Bruce. Woo! What is going on, everybody? So Bryce, RAV4. Oh my goodness. Trying to figure out a better way to make this work. Let me crack that door open a little more. All right. Hopefully it improves here in the next few minutes. I'm going to prop it up vicariously on my Fox body. Hopefully not drop my laptop. There we go. Sorry, guys. I'm still trying to get this situated here in my garage. I did some purging. I got a lot more room in here than I had before. Still got a lot more purging to do. Rich, how you doing? Let's see. How bad's the video? It looks pretty terrible. I'm not sure the best way to improve it. Bear with me 1 second, guys. I'm going to pull my Wi-Fi off the wall. All right. Hopefully that helps in a minute. Let's see. Let me know if the signal gets any better. If it gets terrible, if it's worse, I'll just go inside. What's going on, Sublime? Or I could just move closer to the door, I guess. Yeah, it's cold here, hence I'm wearing this freaking coat. So, Matt. So, got a lot of people starting to trying to talk me out of the long tubes for the Fox body. I think I don't understand that you have to jack the motor a little bit to make them fit. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's having a good night. Brutus, don't jump in my car, dude. Got the Brutus out here. You guys haven't seen him on the channel in a while. What's up, Brutus? I have to get him in some more videos. It's just been too cold to take him in the convertible. We had a gorgeous day on Sunday. It was like 70 degrees, and I really, really wanted. I wanted to do my Mustang taillight install on the Boss 302, the 2013s I got, and I had to put all my Christmas lights away. They've been out too long, so it took me literally the entire day to get those put away. And then kind of came in here on somebody else's live stream, started kind of purging my garage a little bit. But it got me, it got me thinking a little bit because I found I got my spare. It's a mess in here, but I got my spare Boss 302 mid pipe right here. I got an extra set of side pipes in that trash can back there. So, I was thinking, like, what if we did some custom fabrication and put those on the Fox body? That'd be pretty interesting. But yeah, I don't know. Brutus, get out of there. Brutus, get out of there. That dog's a menace. He's a bull in a china shop. Come here. Come here. Oh. Nope, not in the car. He tries to jump on the car. Oh, you guys can't see him. Not in the car. Get out. Let's see, this is the one I saw. I saw the Big Chief. Instagram post. That's hilarious. Yeah, I think it'd be cool. I don't know how well. I don't know if it would sound great. I hope it would, but I am still kind of thinking to do the long tubes. That's the way I'm leaning right now. The long tubes. I just got to figure out where and when I'm going to do it. Yeah, we're on a little bit early. I usually wouldn't be on this early, but I was kind of free a little bit early, so I wanted to go ahead and pop in. So I started trying to mess with the stereo in the Fox body because it hasn't been working from the day one. And I pulled the stereo out, and the connector, the harness for the stereo that comes with the stereo, I don't know how old it is, was plugged into a harness for the car, which is plugged into it's plugged into connector for the car, which is wired to another connector. It's not plugged into anything. The car has no power, so I got to do some troubleshooting. I was about to junk the stereo when I found the box or the wiring diagram or the manual for the stereo that's in there. So I think I'll be able to save that Pioneer stereo and use that. Hold on. Brutus wants to sit. He wants to sit in the Fox body, so we're gonna let him hop in there. Hold on, Brutus. Hold on. Go. You're gonna take your time. Get up there, dog. What's up, Ken? How you doing? I got the windows up. I should put him down because he's going to be getting all sorts of junk on him. He's a good dog. Appreciate it, Ken. What's up, Car Mob? How you doing? Yeah, so I was purging my garage. I made room to where if I wanted to squeeze an engine on, I do want to. If I can get an engine to throw on the engine stand, I got room for it. So that's going. I have room to work on the transmission again for the Boss. And the moment it's actually warm, if it was warm tonight, I would have already started restoring the headers for the Fox body, grinding them down with a wire wheel, or busting off the scale with a wire wheel, and then rubbing them down with the 3M pad. And I got the high temp primer, ultra high temp paint, and we would have gotten going on that. Rich, if you fund that build, no problem. I do not have that in the budget right now, Rich. But hopefully one day. You know what? I hope one day I can do something like that. That'd be a dream of mine to do something like that with my kids. That'd be awesome. I did the same today. Took a bunch of Christmas decorations, camping gear out of storage unit so I could get back to wrenching in it. Yeah. Well, my Christmas decorations are all these. Hold on. All these. Oh yeah, and there's some more down there, and then there's more in my attic. So we have a lot of Christmas decorations. But the kids love it, and it's worth it. It's worth every it's a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it. And then you get people come through the neighborhood and they tell you they appreciate it, and it makes me not feel so ridiculous for putting it all up. FP as a coyote for just less than 10K. Yeah, I don't have a spare 10,000 laying around. I wish I had that kind of money just laying around. But I'm unhappy spending what I'm spending on my kitchen right now. But it's gonna look really good when it's all done though. So I let the wife pick it out. Gave her the free reins to redesign our kitchen. Ken, we haven't had. I've got. Hold on. Because of all the lights out in the yard, I didn't want the kids driving their cars in the yard and destroying them. So the cars haven't been out in a while. So I've got wood and metal garage stickers for the boys' cars. I've got L&R Rides. Ken's here. L&R Rides. He's a local YouTuber to me, guys. If you haven't checked him out, he does a lot of small engine stuff. And Ken, I'm going to butcher it, man. You have an eagle? An eagle, right? If I'm wrong, please tell me. And then 615 Customs, he sends these to everybody too. So these are all again, guys. If you guys want your channels featured on the boys' Power Wheels, just reach out to me. They like slapping stickers under the hood, and then they pop their hoods at car shows just like me, and so they love showing that stuff off. All right, who do we got in here? What's up, Frank? How you doing, sir? Thanks for hopping in here. The kidney coyotes. Yeah. I just have not had the time I wish I could dedicate to the channel right now. But real life gets a vote. My middle son, next week has to have eye surgery, so that takes priority over everything. So next week, probably not going to be doing too much with regards to recording. I might try and do something this weekend with him because he's the car obsessed one. So I might try and do something with him in the car this weekend. See if we can get something filmed because he loves this stuff. He watches all my videos. He's my biggest fan. He calls it Daddy TV. And whenever I get home from work, I have YouTube password protected because he likes to watch the channel so much. And I just, it gets old. It gets old. Honestly, it gets old seeing my own videos all the time. So I do enjoy watching them. And I like going back to the deep tracks and seeing the ones I haven't seen forever. But he watches the newest ones over and over and over and over. Matter of fact, my burnout video, man, I can't tell you how many times I've seen that burnout video. Like, it is, and it's not only that, he'll crank up the volume so it's loud. And then after that, he likes to make the noise, so you'll hear it from the video, and then you'll hear, rah, rah, and he'll start screaming and running around the house, and you're like, man, I'm glad that he looks up to me, but whoo. Absolutely, Rich, absolutely. What's up, Anthony? I know it does, man. I had to take the youngest boy to have a tooth pulled today on my day off. School started January 5th. And go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Life gets everyone. No worries. School got, man, see, that's why, gosh, I don't know how you guys do that. God bless you guys doing the 3 days a week. I can't do it. I don't even know how. I had to get my son into a 5-day week school. Oh, here we go. Already getting the trolls early. So we got a couple. So the big projects, big to me, big projects that I've got pending. Biggest project is the Calimer Stage 3 transmission. Got to get it converted over still from an S550 to an S197. The parts for it are all up there. Got the BMR safety loop, the McLeod RX-T with the aluminum flywheel. I'm actually probably going to remove the aluminum flywheel, sell it, and buy a light and steel one, just based on a bunch of people I've talked to. The aluminum flywheel might actually throw a lot more codes, so we're probably going to get rid of that and go with light and steel because that seems to make the engine a lot more happy. So we'll do that, get that on there. Got the Ford Racing one-piece drive shaft right here. So the boss will be really happy when that goes on. So that's the biggest project. We're not going to do that, though, until after my wife has learned to drive stick shift in the Boss, which will come at 2,000 subscribers. We already talked about that. But once we get 2,000, going to take the missus out in this car. Her first time driving stick shift will be in this. And so that'll be, I think it's going to be easy for her, honestly. I think that she'll get going just fine. The part that's going to make me nervous is her learning how to hit the throttle. Because I think she's gonna hit it a little harder than she expects at first, and I think that I'm gonna be the whole time. So, we'll get that Calimer in after my wife has learned to drive stick, so that way I don't wreck my racing transmission. Then you see a broken one right here. I've got my 2013 taillights, got to throw those on. That's quick. I get that done real soon. So that's it for. Actually, it's not it for the Boss. I also got the calipers. Got a caliper paint kit, so we'll knock that out. Get the paint them red, match the Boss. It should look really good. Get some new Brembo decals on there, and it should look real nice. So is that it for the Boss right now? I think that's what we got pending for the Boss. You guys saw my post. I posted a poll. Subscriber reached out to me because he's moving on from couple different axle backs, and I'm debating. I actually really like the sound of my car. I think it sounds good, but I've also always debated if I want. I don't know if I want to change it up. So I have the opportunity to get a set of Roush axle backs or AWE touring axle backs, both for very good prices compared to what they were. I don't know the condition of them yet. I haven't seen pictures, but I'm assuming that they're in great shape based on who it's coming from. So I'm debating whether or not I want to switch it up. I'm interested to hear what you guys think on that. One thing I could do is just not switch it and remove the axle. I haven't deleted the resonators, so I could just take it to an exhaust shop and have them chop the resonators and just make it louder that way. Honestly, I don't think the Roush axle backs. Actually, I know the Roush axle backs or the AWE are not going to be louder than the SLPs that are on there right now. Yeah, I agree, Rich. I'm pretty excited to do it. I wanted to do it forever. I just, I don't know. I just haven't done it. And I think it's going to take me. I think I'm going to have to do fronts then backs. I don't think I'll be. I don't know if I'll be able to do them all at once. Probably have to do fronts and backs. Well, they're both reasonably priced, but that doesn't mean that I can necessarily afford both of them, you know? I did. So honestly, I did kind of think about something like that, but I don't think I want to buy them both. If I was in a different situation than I'm in, if I wasn't rebuilding my kitchen, I'd probably jump on that. Honestly, AB, I did think about that because that is a good idea. I actually thought about buying it, doing a comparison of what's on there of the SLPs versus AWEs versus Roush. I thought about that, but it'd be a pretty hefty chunk of change to get them all here. For that money, I could go ahead and buy Kook's long tube headers. Let me put it that way. What's up, for Blue Gauge? I think I missed you. Tim Windsor, hello. Thanks for happening here, guys. Trying to get caught up. Stupid Fast Truck, what's up? Brutus, you want to come out? Come on out. Well, don't get in there if you don't want to get in. Oh, now you want to get back in? No. Forget it. This dog has mood swings. I don't know. Maybe I will get one, test it out, and then roll it. I don't know. What's up, Cletus? How you doing? Dude, are you kidding me? No. Go inside. He's over here knocking over my tools. Okay. And I'm getting caught up. I'm going backwards, getting caught up. Everybody saying hey to Cletus. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get a video done this week for next week, and then next weekend, probably not gonna get much done. I think I'm gonna help my son relax. Probably just play video games with him, play slot cars, stuff like that. Keep him kind of centralized in the house, let his eye heal. But yeah, if you're into it, please pray for my son. And I think everything's going to go well, but, you know, you always worry about little guys going through stuff like that. Let's see. What else do I want to talk about? So, for Blue and Street Fox and all you Fox body people, I've had lots of people who can't wait to hear the long tubes on the car. And I've kind of already hit on this earlier. And a lot of people who are trying to convince me to not do the long tubes and go straight up to shorties. Do shorties and then get a off-road H or X that way. Tim, my son's having his second eye surgery. He had one when he had eye surgery when he was 2 years old, and it didn't quite fix the problem. He has an alignment issue with one of his eyes, so they have to go in again and do it again. So it just sucks because I have to take him 2 hours away from where we live, and they got to sedate him, and then we got to drive home. And luckily, my mom's going to come up with me so she can drive me back, and I'll sit next to him. But when they wake up from being sedated, whoo, that is a horrible, horrible experience. What's up, Mike? Is this Mike Hall? I'm assuming that's Mike Hall, right? Thanks, Tim. Okay, I got you. Well, appreciate you hopping in here. Dog, you're going to give me a heart attack. No. Go lay down. Street Fox saying hey to Mike. So yeah, I mean, I might pick up one of the sets of axle back. I also had offered another subscriber when he saw me post that up, try to see if I want a set of boreless stingers. So I could pick up boreless stingers. I could pick up AWE touring, or Roush axlebacks. Everybody likes the Roush because they are loud. They're very loud. They can be obnoxiously loud once you delete the cats. The AWE, they're kind of new to. Yeah, he was in there earlier, Tim. He was in there earlier, and then he started whining to get out, and then I took him out, and he wanted back in. So he can't make up his mind. The AWE, they're kind of new to making Mustang stuff relatively, but their exhaust sound is very clean. It's way cleaner than the Roush's. You don't get all the extra rasp, I'd say. It's just a really clean, deep sound. And it does sound good. And that's why it's probably more expensive than the Roush. And then the boreless stingers, I don't know too much about those. I know more about the Borla attacks. Honestly, I'd like to get them, but I was saving money for something else. I was saving money to do the. I've been saving, and we're getting there to do that 2013 tail end conversion. So it would definitely eat away at that budget. So I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, I could do what AB said: get them, film some videos on them, take them off, and send them on their way. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but like, it all comes back to time as well. Oh, for sure, for sure. I know. Believe me. So see, here's the difference here. The SLP loudmouths I have the resonators still because it's essentially a muffler delete. That's what the SLP loudmouths are. It's a muffler delete. So I kept the resonators on there. If I went to a canned muffler, those resonators are coming off. They're coming off, and we're going to see how loud we can make it. And then again, I could also take the resonators off with the SLP loudmouths and just see how it sounds. I've already got pretty much open atmosphere straight out the sides. Come straight from cats, out sides. I took out the resonators that were in those side pipes. Oh, I know, Rich. I've got friends local, so maybe I should cruise some more car meets. Tim Sange. Take off the resonators anyway. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I haven't found the shop. You know what I'm saying? I have not found my go-to place to have them cut and welded. But I think I might have made some friends here locally recently who are pretty good at it. So, and there may be some Fox Body friends. So I might see if they can tackle it, if they think they're good enough, and knock it out. Because you don't want the super sloppy welds in that car. And honestly, what I'd rather do is just buy new over the axles, the bigger wider diameter over the axles. But again, that eats away at what I'm saving for, the budget I'm saving for. So, but I was definitely very happy to get. Speaking of budget, that exhaust that I've got waiting for the Fox Body, I was definitely happy to get that for the price I got it for. I understand, Mob. I understand. Welcome back. That's why I'm like late on all your guys' streams, because I'm usually putting my kids to bed, or I'm going to the gym because I can't go to the gym during the week. The Navy just made it hard to work out again. I went to the gym today, and there was a huge line outside because they were limiting how many people can go inside. Which, I mean, I understand they're trying to limit spread, but I can't wait in the line when I got to work. No, you don't want sloppy welds, which is why I'm going to welding school to get better, because I can get away with it and go kart, mini bike, but not a car. Yeah. Yeah, and again, you don't want air getting trapped in there. You want to make sure you're getting a good quality thing, a good quality weld. I used to be pretty decent at welding. I was never welding certified, but I got pretty good. A lot of practice when I was in college, and but I haven't done that in I graduated in 2012, so it was at least 10 years. The welding I did on the MGB with the Harbor Freight flux core welder, that did the job. The welds were solid. They weren't pretty. That's what the angle grinder was for. But I'm not going to be angle grinding on my boss, so that's not happening. Dancing alone with rentals. Hey everyone, sorry I'm late. I had to park down the street and walk because the valet would not park my Camaro. I don't trust valets to park stick shifts nowadays. A lot of them don't even know how to drive stick. My dad was at a resort in the Appalachian Mountains. They smoked his clutch. Matter of fact, the resort paid for a brand new clutch for him. Welding is practice, practice, practice. No one I don't know drives my cars. I can count on one hand how many people have driven my boss. I've had it for 5 years. Hey, you know what? Like, I insist on parking my own car. Actually, I went somewhere where they got mad at me because I drove straight past the valets to the parking lot and I parked it. They got mad at me. I was in Virginia Beach. It was a seafood restaurant that's pretty popular on the water. What's up, Jim? How you doing? Yeah, it's cold in here. It is cold. Hope we can get some warm weather here soon. Eleanor, what are you racing? Ken, what you racing, Ken? I'm waiting for the weather to warm up and waiting for my buddy to come back up this way because one of the other big videos I want to do is I want to get back on the drag strip with the newer tires to see if I can get closer to those low 12s, like I should be able to with the boss. I need to get back out there. That was a lot of fun, but I need somebody who can watch the boys while I'm running. No worries, Yellowhammer. Appreciate you hopping in here, sir. Guy at my company took a semi to a resort, and they said he can just park it right there. That's funny. Mom saying hey to Tim. Oh, dang. Man, I don't know what's up with YouTube right now, but so I went up to, and I usually try not to complain about this stuff, but I went to 1,700 subscribers. Then I went down to 1699, back to 17, back to 1699, back to 17, down to 1698, and now I'm at 1696. So they're dropping like flies. Oh, here we go. We got some good questions here. So would you recommend buying a car from Carvana after everything is all said and done? Leroy, so I'm actually going to do a video on my 1 year of ownership for my Carvana car, and that should be coming. I should film that probably next month. Early reaction, no, I would not. They're a business that's a great theory. It is a fantastic theory, a good idea with a horrible execution. When I ordered my car, they almost didn't ship it to my house. They almost sent it to someone else's house because they put me in touch with the wrong driver. That was no big deal. They got it here. The first car I got, if you saw my series, was completely disgusting. The transmission was messed up. I could tell it was messed up. We sent that one back. The second one, it definitely drove better. But after driving it for a little bit, you could tell there's something up with the transmission, which was covered on warranty, and I actually had to have my torque converter replaced. So I do not believe, actually, I don't believe. I know that their 150 point inspection is a joke. They don't inspect these cars. When they come and buy a car, I have a friend who sold them a Jeep. They told me the transmission is completely screwed. They didn't even look at it. They literally drove it 100 feet, turned around, came back, and on a residential road, so it was like 25 miles an hour. So they didn't even get up to speed. They like, yep, we'll take the car, and you know what they do? They put it on their website almost immediately. You can tell that they don't check everything because the ATF fluid, the caps covered in gunk. Never looked at it. Other various things that were just dirty that were indications that it was not inspected. My wife's car is running great now. And that being said, you can get a good deal on there, but you're at the whim of the previous owner. If the previous owner took care of their car, you're good to go. If they didn't, you're going to get a piece of crap and you're going to be stuck with it. So you got to be careful. When they give you 7 days, if you insist on buying from them, use the 7 days. Take it to a mechanic, get the car looked over. If you are mechanically savvy, look it over yourself with a fine comb. Be very thorough. Make sure you address everything before that warranty's up, because the one thing I will say is, and Yellow Hammer's in here, he can vouch for it. He bought a Boss 302 from them. You can get them to stand by their warranty. Their warranty is probably the one saving grace. It might take some work, but they will replace things. It would probably save them a crap ton of money if they would just buy cars that weren't pieces of junk. But yeah, honestly, man, I know it was kind of a long-winded answer, but I'm not buying from them again. Initially, I was thinking about it, but the registration issue that a lot of people are having, it took me a little bit longer than it should have to get my registration. I had to have them renew my temp tags, which they didn't want to do. They didn't want to renew my temp tags. I'm like, well, I can't drive the damn car I just bought from you if you don't renew them. So they eventually renewed them. My real plates came a few days later. So, I'd be very weary of buying from them. You can do it. Just, you got to be really careful, man. You really got to look over that car thoroughly. What's up, Mongrel? How you doing, sir? Eleanor saying, Dancing Over Reynolds most likely don't know what I race or a lot about my channel. Shooting for 9.0 at 150 in Ruby this year. Nice. Saying hello. I'm probably way behind now. You know what I'm doing on the 22nd? Show snuffling. Hey, mongrels. Oh, here we go. Have the same sub thing go on with me. Drops a few randomly. Which is fine. I started following his channel because he's local to me and I enjoy it. Most likely not the same niche as my channel, but it's all good. People usually check each other out in these live streams. Eleanor, your channel is good fun. I just ordered Jeep Cherokee from them, so I'm kind of seeing what happens. Ha ha ha. Yeah, man. Be really thorough. Verify, check everything. The little things. Check the little things. Check the brake pads. If you take ownership of the car, take the wheels off. Check the brakes. Look under, pull all these panels that cars have nowadays to cover up everything to make it look pretty. Unbolt them, take them down, inspect everything. I mean, you might still get a good deal. I'm not saying you can't. You just got to be careful. I had similar experiences with YouTube Yo-Yo lately. The sub YouTube. Oh, yeah, gotcha. What cars do you think may jump in value? I see people have started even digging up Mustang 2s. Well, the Fox bodies are skyrocketing in value for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, a lot of people are buying them up. I mean, pretty much cars in general. So I don't know if cars are honestly really. So my opinion, you guys can disagree with me. I don't care. I do not think cars are increasing in value. The prices are inflating. So your car is worth the same as it was always worth, but the value of the dollar is less. Does that make sense? That's the way I see it. I don't think certain cars do gain value. However, not every car, because every car costs more money right now. The majority of vehicles, 90% of them, cost more, but the money is worth less because we're just throwing it at the economy and not making people work for it. But I'm not trying to get political, so we're going to stop right there. Mongrels, good evening. Yeah, you definitely have to stay on them about their warranty, for sure. What's up, Jack? How you doing, sir? Thanks for hopping in here. Jack, did I miss something? You have the same bike, right? You didn't just buy one and then get a new one? That's the same bike? Looks like the internet is a bit dodgy tonight. Just want to hop on and support. Oh, no worries. Appreciate it. We're saying hello. That's the voodoo. What's up? Hey, what's up, LSX? How you doing, sir? Thanks for the advice. I ordered a Jeep Cherokee from them, and it should be here on January 17th. So hopefully everything turns out right. So the guy who drops it off, he's gonna drop it off, and he's gonna go sit in his truck. He's not gonna try and sell you the car. He won't be able to answer any questions about the car. So if you have questions, I mean, if there's things you want to know, you should look it up, or you should go to the local dealership and ask them those questions about a used car or whatever, excuse me, about a car they have in the lot. Ask them all your questions at a local dealership. So that way you kind of know what you're looking for. Voodoo Child's Beast is parked next to Vader. That's a good name. Just do your homework on that company and the view. Absolutely, Mike. Hello, Bachi. How you doing? My buddy had one of the first Odin Charge 350s. Got rod knocked 2 months ago. Oof. Saying hey to each other. Yeah, it's Nick. I spoke to him the other day. Que Paso. Dancing on Reynolds. Good point. Market is totally overinflated. Absolutely, man. The dealer and I partnered up and get to review their new model. Oh yeah. I actually have the same thing worked out with the local GMC dealer here, because they pick up, I don't know why, but they pick up all these performance models and they roll them in and they park them out front. But I just haven't had time. I've only done one video. I did the 2017 GT versus Boss. I wanted to get back. They had some Scat Packs, the Trans Am Challengers. They had some Corvettes that I wanted to roll, because I've never driven a Corvette. But I've got something similar worked out with them. I just haven't been able to do it. Yeah, I'll have to. Okay. Yeah, I misread that. My 174,000 mile EcoBoost Fusion is probably worth $10K in this market. You're probably not wrong, man. So, Mike, how you doing, sir? All right, y'all. Been fun, but got some homework to do. Take it. Hey, later, Ken. Thanks for hopping in here, man. Mike's Garage, hello, sir. Hey, Trunkback Jim. Hey, Car Mob, how you doing from Bocce? Everybody saying hello. The views on your gray bike video were crazy. Yeah, I gotta watch that one still. Because you're near a military base, Rails for Rides. What's because I'm near a military base? Oh, okay, yeah, the performance models. Oh, yeah, for sure. And you'll get someone who'll come in. You'll get one of these junior guys who'll come in and they'll get those big eyes and they'll want to buy that, that 5-year-old Mustang GT or that or Challenger, and we'll take that 29% interest rate and be happy about it. Hello, everybody. A little behind, trying to act like I'm. Oh no, you're good, man. You're good. What's up, T? How you doing, sir? Superfast Truck, it's all right. All my bike content is doing way better than my car stuff. I'm doing my own thing and trying to figure it out. That's what I do. I mean, I do random stuff, man. I do stuff with my kids and stuff that I enjoy and that I'm going to enjoy watching later. Unless my son watches it 100 times in a row in my house, and then I kind of need a break from it. And we're all caught up. So I think we talked about the plans for the Boss, talked about the projects coming up with that, talked about the exhaust. Let's see, what else is there? Still got to address the idle issue I got going on with the Fox body. I'm kind of hoping that when I change out the exhaust, it might fix itself, because I think it's kind of like it's choking itself out. But maybe it might just be a vacuum leak. I haven't checked for that. I know a lot of you guys are gonna roll your eyes on that one. We've been talking about that for a while. But yeah, I think I've talked about everything I want, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the stream up if anybody wants to hop in. Bear with me 1 second. I have to mute this. There we go. Yeah, anybody wants to hop in, you're more than welcome to. Oh, man. All these Russian sleeper cells. What's up, Fortech? How you doing, sir? So, of my Fox body folks, how many of you guys have done long tubes? Who's done long tubes on a Fox? The go-to seems to be shorties for everybody I've talked to. Bear with me 1 second, guys. Oh, how you doing, sir?
Hey guys. Hey, I'm doing well, sir. You're the sir. I'm the NCO, man, but I appreciate it.
Oh my God! Don't do that.
How are your metrics doing for your command? Y'all doing all right? Keeping up with all these COVID taskers coming down from higher?
I mean, we're doing all right. We got a couple positives. I'm waiting for the day, and it seems like we might be progressing towards it. I'm praying for the day that we get someone kind of like Mattis used to be, who kind of
Right.
let's do a risk assessment and let's determine how many people are dying in this age bracket, how many people are actually in the hospital. It's not that many. We need to accept a little more risk here, and I'm hoping for that at some point for at least for our jobs, because
I know my wife's command. They've been extremely vigilant, and actually, and it's kind of weird, but they've been, they actually about a week ago they shut down operations for her command, so she had to get all of her soldiers tested, and the whole NCO thing.
yeah.
But yeah, man, it's been a busy week here, or last couple of weeks for me, man.
Where's your wife work?
But she runs the Army recruiting station in town. That's why we PCS'd here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go to reserves in August of 23 and hopefully retire that way.
On the TPU side or AGR, or they call it IR for the Navy.
Select reserves. So
okay, so TPU, we call it TPU in the Army.
Yeah.
Okay, so, right on.
I'm hoping. So I'll put on 04 this year, and then I'll hopefully get out as an 05.
Oh, there you go. A buddy of mine, he just picked up Fullbird the other day. He pinned January 1st.
Yeah, I'm not going to bank on that, but if I can get 05 in the reserves, I'd be happy.
Oh yeah, you'll get it as long as you've. I mean, Navy. You don't necessarily. Have you had command time?
Right now, I mean, it depends what you're talking about. Are you
on staff duty?
I'd love to have a conversation with you some point about this. But I've had such a weird career. I started out as a submariner, a redesignated surface warfare at 3 years. Did 2 tours at sea. The second tour was with the destroyer squadron staff. I was the anti-submarine warfare officer. Did some pretty big operations here on the East Coast. Anytime you heard about our friends from the land of Russia coming down,
right?
I guess I'd say I'm trying not to go too far into this.
No. Well, thank you for your service. I don't think we've had the pleasure of having a dialogue before.
Oh no,
but
we haven't.
the thing, I came on live stream, man. I have been, I just want to make sure everybody understands. I'm not ignoring nobody. I've had the house stuff. We've got to do puppy work, the business, the website, everything. I've just been going in a whole different direction. I know there's a lot of people. They're like, "Where's your car?" Like it's sitting in the garage, and it's 18 degrees here in beautiful Pennsylvania.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I sent in the message. I know there's a lot of other fellow creators in here, and I finally found a good workflow for my thumbnails. And anybody that needs some help or would like my assistance in it, I can share with you my workflow and kind of point you all in a different direction, because I struggled with that for years up until the last month or so, and very much more target down, and it really does help reach a bigger audience. I'm not making a lot of car content lately, but the heart's still there. You know what I mean? I love the Ford Mustang stuff, but
Yeah.
it's been a very, Determined Veteran's always been a very fluid brand, where we do different types of vehicles and everything. So, but I love the core audience, man, seeing you guys, especially guys like you, Car Mob, Fortech. I talked to him earlier during Instagram, but you guys have really, come on the platform, made it your own. I mean, y'all are doing high speed stuff like this StreamYard. Like I'm having a dialogue this weekend with Pony 1992. He's going to walk me through how to set up the StreamYard, because I have no idea. Because I'm going to try to do. So Harley Davidson's going to do a big reveal of new bikes on the 26th, and so that's kind of where everyone. I've been in motorcycles for God since I was a teenager. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I sold my last bike to pay for the turbo kit on Voodoo Child, and I regretted it ever since. So, Angie, my wife, Analita, hooked me up with that new Road Glide at 21, that red and black one. So I haven't forgot about y'all, and so, but it's just been, how it is. You're rocking and rolling. Yeah. I'm trying to really, last year we did very well on the channel. We gave about $3,000 to 22kill.com last year. So, I've always been pushing for the $10,000 mark for the channel. And that's what I'm always trying to figure out. But y'all are doing great things. Car Mob's doing great. Hell, you're doing great, sir. There's a lot of y'all that started way after me, and y'all are doing great things. And y'all's content is amazing. I love watching y'all's videos.
I just do stuff with my kids,
keep up the good work. What's that?
I do stuff with my kids. That's pretty much what I do for the most part.
So, sir, my wife, my ex-wife and I divorced when my son was 1 year old. Mm-hmm. And for a lot of my career, I spent away because, he was in North Texas and I was all around the world. So like I always tell you, sir, I always say, I wish for 5 more minutes with Trenton when he was that age. So what I'm saying is that, eventually y'all's content is going to reach a bigger audience, right? And it'll be different people. And honestly, through my YouTube journey, I've done it, and I've seen people come and go. But what I say is, when I see stuff like a family man with his children, it's always reminds me of when my son was young. Yeah. It reminds me of when I was on deployments and going to the field and trying to schedule leave with visitation with them and all this stuff with my ex-wife. So for you guys to have your young kids at home, it is such a blessing. It always brings a tear to my eye, because it's a very, when you're a father, it's a very soft subject, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, and I'm hoping. So my middle child and my oldest so far are super into cars. My middle child's obsessed. I'm hoping that this kind of stays this stays our thing through the time that they leave the house. Because I'd love to when they're old enough, if they've earned it. I'm not going to just give them free stuff. But if they've earned it, I'd love to buy them their own project car, work on their project cars with them when they're older. Do stuff like that. Even if it's and obviously put it on YouTube. But the reason I started this was because I want to be able to go back and watch my own videos of stuff I did with my kids when they're not living with me anymore. And
absolutely,
I'm going to enjoy the hell out of that. And I don't know. That's how it kind of started. And then I never expect. I mean, I'm still obviously teeny, but I never even expected.
We're all still tiny. You know what I mean? Yeah. None of us are big time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I agree. The thing like why I got in YouTube, it was always, I always watched YouTube, you know, like you go, like you go TDY and you watch YouTube, you watch tutorial videos, you watch interesting things, cinematography. You know, for me, it was like hot toys and movie reviews and car stuff and motorcycle stuff. Like I'm all over the place, you know, on my algorithm, my personal account. So I had a fascination wanting to do it and do something where we can get back to other. I can still serve as an NCO as a retiree and still take care of soldiers and give back to those that don't have. You know what I mean? Because that was the whole reason to determine veteran. I mean, I remember at one point I didn't even know how to shoot a camera. I didn't even know how to edit. I was making videos, and they're all down. But I used to take my iPhone and I used to walk around the house and show things. And I thought it was the coolest thing to see me on YouTube with like 1 or 2 views. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, now it's, you know, 2,000 video, you know, 2,000 views a pop, some 15,000, some 30. I mean, it's just, they're all over the place. You never know what's going to happen. But it's always, what I'm saying is for you guys that are, you know, not, I wouldn't say, you know, I'm a large fan. I'm about 10,000. But the thing about it is you guys that are much more personal, right? Because you're doing family things and all this other stuff. Like, to me, that is the coolest part of YouTube, is that you get to know the creator and the person you're watching, you know, through their films. You know what I mean? Like, I think I've gone more of a, you know, a target niche audience, and I don't do a whole lot of like, they always have a purpose why I do the videos. You know what I mean? Like, there's never like, hey, we're doing whatever, right? So I kind of miss that about YouTube, you know, to be able to just to do the more softer stuff. You know, wife puts on this and, you know, go live. It's like, I just don't have the time because of all the other resources, you know, working with the dealership, you know, working with other vendors, our website, you know, the charities we work with. It's, you know, I handle everything by myself.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I don't have a staff. I don't have any of that. So it's hard to catch up on people, you know, and sometimes you feel like you lose an audience because you don't have the time to write people or talk to people like you used to. And so
I just tell these guys that are in here, like, you know, I mean, you can only do your best. Like, I do try to watch everybody who I talk to frequently, especially. I definitely try to watch your stuff, but my real life gets a vote. I've got to work. I've got 3 children. I've got a house that I'm rebuilding because my kitchen flooded. So I'm.
Oh no! Well, you saw what I had to do here at the house here in Pennsylvania.
Yep,
I feel your pain. And the wall, you know, and the wall dilapidated, you know. But you know, like I said, guys, you guys are doing amazing, and I love watching y'all's content. I just love interacting with you guys. That's what I love about YouTube. You build such a community where you're able to, you know, interact with people, and it's just is these your kiddos right there?
Yep.
Awesome. How old are your kids again, sir?
I just have the one. He's 4.
He's showing me.
Yeah, you know, every time he sees a camera up or we're just watching a live stream, he'll think we're on it, so he'll talk to the camera. I have a really cute video of him walking up to my 360 camera when it was on the side of my car, and he talked to it like,
that's amazing.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah, mine are 7, 4, and 4 months old.
Well, mine is 20, and I every time I talk to him, we just FaceTime about an hour ago. He's about to go to Gunnery for the next couple of weeks, but he's with 5-7 Cav and Stewart. And like maybe you guys have heard of it before, but when I see you guys with your little ones, I wish I could create a time machine. I would give up the house, the cars, everything, just for 5 more minutes with Trent when he was 5.
Yeah, I try to record so much and take so many pictures and stuff. That way, down the road, you can look back at it, and I can too. So
they grow up so fast.
Just make 3 more of them, Anthony. You'll be fine.
I'm
done, man. We're not having any more. So I'm trying to, like, especially with the baby. You know, it's, you know, they depend on you completely, but you know, I'm enjoying every moment I can.
It's a very humbling experience being a parent, you know, and I look back at all the failures I had and successes, and I'm so thankful that Trent is such a well-adjusted young man, despite the diverse, you know, the issues that we had with him growing up. You know, for a while he was real mad at me because in his eyes, Dad wasn't there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until he joined the Army, and now he's promotable. He went to the promotion boards. I'm super proud. So he's just waiting on points to promote. And then his plan is to get out and attend college up here in the Lehigh Valley area here in Allentown. But anyway, enough about that. But he, about a year ago, he called me one day and he said, "Dad," he started off, he says, "Dad, I love you." And I said, "Oh, I love you too." And he goes, I'm sorry for being angry at you." And I said, "What are you talking about?" And he explained it to me, and it brought a tear to my eye, Actually, he didn't just bring a tear. I bawled like a little baby, because I realized that moment was the moment that I realized my son's a man now.
Yeah.
So.
The hardest moment I've had to deal with so far was my first son. The moment I realized he was old enough to recognize that I wasn't there, and he asked me. He was asked. My wife sent me an email saying he's asking where I am, and that one hurt me hard. That one hit me pretty hard when I deployed, and that was a rough one. And that's kind of what's driving me to get out too. First of all, my wife, she's ready for me to be home all the time, and I've got 3 kids now. I did the math before I took shore duty. I was home for 40% of my oldest son's life before I came to shore duty, and it was ridiculous. And so I'm ready. I'll probably deploy maybe 2 more times through the reserves, but it'll be admin work for the most part. And
I actually deployed more as an AGR soldier in the Army, so I was a full-time reservist. So that AGR soldier. I deployed more as an AGR soldier than I ever did regular Army.
Yeah.
So I'll put it to you like this, and I'll get off my soapbox because I don't think I'm as entertaining as you guys are.
No, you're good, man.
But when you're in the grind and you're in that uniform every day, and you're especially as a leader, leaders, we have so many things to keep up with that our soldiers, sailors, airmen, or Joes don't need to concern themselves with. That's why they have senior leadership, and we take the brunt of that. And one thing that a peer told me one time, and he's a sergeant major now, he looked at me one day, said, "Jack," he goes, "I love what you do, brother, but you got to take more time for yourself. Because if you don't, you're going to burn yourself out." And because and so when I retired, I was burnt out. I took 2 years of just riding my motorcycle and just doing me, 2.5 years. Then I started my YouTube stuff. But the point being is that I didn't take enough time for Jack Cleghorn every day. I was, starting first class Cleghorn, and I had, whatever. So point being is that you have a lot of those times, and it's a struggle. But once you get to the finish line, other than you going to the VA and trying to go to the dentist, they may call the cops on you. But the point being is that it on the retirement side of it, and you can look at your shadow box, you could say it was worth it. But I agree with you. I would trade everything for 5 more minutes with my son when he was little. 5 more minutes. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate letting me on tonight and seeing little guy here and driver mod, man. I'm thinking, yeah, it is driver mod. I can't see. I'm on a farm, man.
Yeah, it's me.
I see you all the time on Instagram. So I talk to Nick kind of often, man.
Yeah.
He actually, before he posted in the group, he messaged me and said, "Hey, man, I blew my, hit a rod." And I said, "What the hell?" I think what it is like, Nick was on it, man. He was wide open all the time. Every time I saw him drive, you know what I mean? Well, when I get in Voodoo Child, I just putt around. I have a good time, you know what I mean? I mean, I get on every once in a while, but I don't dog it.
Yeah.
However, if you're going to build it, you're going to have fast with it. But I saw him post his, if you talk to him again, he posted to sell his blower, and I said, make it shareable so I can put it on my page, but he never made it shareable.
Oh, okay.
So can you get with him and just tell him to give me a call?
Yeah.
And figure it out so I could put that posting on my
Yeah.
veteran
He lives
page.
closer to me. He lives about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes from me.
Okay.
I was going to help him, with the disassembly and pull it out and stuff, but it just I can't.
I told him to go get a Gen 2 Coyote and throw into it.
Yeah, he wants the voodoo.
I know. He's got lust in his eyes for sure.
Yeah. I just the displacement blowers are just really hard on the bearings at that low RPM. Before
I know. Like I said, I don't rate. Well, I haven't raced in over a year, since I moved up here to PA because there's no racing up here. Like I used to drag race all the time with. I had an old car was Stormtrooper, and it was a 9-second car, and we would rock and roll drag racing content all the freaking time. But up here we just haven't had that. You know what I mean? So it's I've kind of shifted to more other types, automotive content. But it's people don't understand. Like you build these cars, because honestly, like they'll see a channel like myself building a car, like, oh, cool, I want to do that. Right? But they don't realize all the stuff behind the scenes when it breaks, and we don't put it on camera, right? When I had the turbo build, I think I lost count how many videos I made about me breaking the turbos because I was on that car with the blower. I put it on there. I have a little fun with it. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was nice to finally meet you, man. I've talked to you through TikTok and and other mediums, and then
I was content with staying in the chat, but I've never interacted with you in the live stream, so I was like, you know what, I'm already here.
So I have a friend of mine. Very good friend. A lot of guys know him. His name's Pony Nights 92, Jeremy. We have an appointment this weekend, a dialogue. He's going to help me set up my own StreamYard, and what I want to try to start doing is a little bit more live streams again. But I don't have the same technology y'all have to interface. I like if I go live for like 10, 15 minutes, talk to the guys, and I drop out. I don't do like the long ones anymore.
Yeah.
But with the StreamYard, I might try to do that. Because of all the bike people, the motorcycle content that we have coming out. A lot of new subs.
Yeah.
Loving the content. But Harley has a big push for new models, which I love motorcycles, probably more than cars. And I can't wait to do that live stream to broadcast that.
I got a question for you about motorcycles.
Yes, sir.
So Harley, are they trying to shift their image at all? Like, are they starting to come out with models that are more appealing to? Are they going to come out with some models that are appealing to younger crowd?
Absolutely, sir. Matter of fact, they started a new initiative about 5 or 6 years ago. To try to appeal to a different market. Because I released a video yesterday about some predictions for these new models coming out. Great video, real short, condensed, all my theories, all the facts are already out. But Harley's had a bad problem. Like I said in my video, most return Harley owners are 40 years old or older. So they've come out with the LimeWire, the electric bike, several lowrider S models, new Sportster class. It's called the Pan America. It's an enduro bike. So Harley is really trying to get a better niche with the young community. However, let's put it this way. Let's say you take a lowrider S, just a regular lowrider S with a 117 Gen 2 Milwaukee in it. 114, excuse me, Milwaukee. No, that's fine. Later, and that bike will cost you $18,000 to $19,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Versus a younger man, like a younger soldier, younger sale, and you see them all the time. E3s, E4s. They have a motorcycle. What do they have? They have a sport bike because it's affordable. You could pay $6,000 for a motorcycle, and then versus Harley. So Harley's going to have to do and in my opinion, and I'll have to talk a little bit more about it, but to answer your question, I think Harley's doing the best they can, and they're trying to get more into the performance bagger market, which is, like we already have the motor bot, we have the trans bot, we have the clutch bot, we have the suspension already there, carbon fiber bits on order to build our performance bagger here on the channel. But Harley's come a long way with that, but they still have a gigantic disconnect because although they're marketing to a younger audience, when they go to a Harley Davidson dealership, they see an older guy like me or guys in clubs with 3-piece patches walking around. And no offense, I used to wear a patch for 2.5 years. I wore a patch on my back, so I get it. But the younger crowd who's not inundated with the culture and the lifestyle of being a biker, it kind of loses it scares them off, so they go to like Yamaha, they go to Suzuki and all that, and I think one of the things I want to do on my channel is try to push that out to the younger audience, because Harley, if they don't fix their marketing and their image, which trust me, they've done a great job in the last 5-6 years of really transforming it. But if they don't get, for example, my Road Glide, you know, I just told you all the parts I'm replacing on a brand new bike that was $27,000.
So you're changing the motor?
Yes, motor, trans. We're going to go from 90 wheel to probably about 135 wheel with about 145 pounds of foot torque. We'll do the performance clutch, obviously, to handle it. The grudge box transmission to handle it, since the Baker 6-speed is going to crap out. Do a chain and sprocket conversion on it. Once we're out of our 2-year window, we'll step up a cam. We'll go to like a 475E cam and weld the crank and send it. So it'll be this way. My goal is to run Voodoo Child and take Voodoo Child, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the whole performance bagger thing is awesome. One thing I've also noticed too with a lot of the Ford Mustang guys that follow both of us, you know, they've like Mr. Hetzler, you know, he's commented, he has a Harley, you know what I mean? So it is something that you go, I really think that Ford and Harley Davidsons will always go together, you know, they'll always be 1 and 2. You know, they've made trucks. They've had that Harley Davidson truck. They have 150 package. They have 250 package. You know, Harley Davidsons and Ford will always go hand in hand, in my opinion. And, you know, it's a proven commodity. So, you know, that's kind of one of the reasons why, you know, my wife pushed me to do the bike content, because number one, she wanted me to get back on a bike. And, you know, I had sold the Road Glide, my last Road Glide, to pay for the turbo kit for the channel. You know what I mean? And so, unfortunately, that didn't work out as well as we had wanted it to. But it wasn't just because of the turbo kit. It was because I did a really piss poor job of marketing those videos. You know, I didn't really put a lot of thought in the thumbnails, the titles, the scenarios. I just really didn't. I took YouTube seriously without taking YouTube seriously, if that makes sense. So it's been, like I said, a very interesting journey. So, you know, Angie pushed me to get back on the bike to make content. And I'll tell you this, every time I ride now, I feel so much better. Like the weight of the world's off my shoulders. You know what I mean? It's that type of release for me. And one of the reasons I got into cars and all this, I did a lot of car stuff because I'm hurt, and I couldn't ride like I used to, you know, because of my injuries. But just getting out there for a couple 100 miles and ripping it, it's like heaven on earth, even when it's cold outside. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
one sec, sorry. Eric, appreciate the $5, sir. Thank you very much. Sorry, go ahead.
I am getting an Indian this year, going with the Indian Chieftain. That is a great choice, Mr. Hessler. Matter of fact, I was about to say, if you take the Road Glide and you compare it to the Indian Challenger has inverted front shocks, real Brembo brakes, a real suspension in the back, bigger performance, and an adjustable electronic windshield. But they look like a metric bike. You know what I mean? But don't tell anybody, because I actually want to get my hands on an Indian Challenger. I really do. I want to get it and make some content with it. But the closest Indian dealership's like 2 hours from me. So hopefully, you know, toward the springtime, I can do a review on it for people that are looking at, you know, the Indians and everything. Because in my opinion, Indian is doing now it's not the same Indian it was back when we were kids. They're actually owned by Polaris, right? And the Indian name is just out there as an Indian name. But they've done a great job with their motorcycles. They're marketing better. They're giving much more value. The only thing that Harley Davidson will have over the Indian is that Harley has a much stronger aftermarket product line. Like, you know, all the links you see in my videos and the different products we're putting on beta right now, they're relatively easy to get because it's a Harley Davidson, you know? I mean, Harley hasn't changed the chassis on a Road Glide in 2014 when they launched Mount Rushmore project. You know what I mean? They're the same bike, you know?
He says he'll ride up to see you this year if you'll have him.
What's that?
T. Hetzler says he'll ride up to see you this year if you'll have him over.
Absolutely. You know, that would be, we have such a wonderful house with all these rooms, and we'd love to fill it up with people. I haven't really announced it because of the whole, the pandemic. But once all this is said and done with, we have such a great house. We designed it, all these rooms. We'd love to have people up here, you know, just come through, ride your bike, take your Mustang, and just have like a get together at the tournament. I'm not going to put it out on my YouTube channel, but you know, like people that have been following. There's some people, sir, that have been following me since I was under 100 subscribers. You know what I mean? Over 3 years. I would love to. I would love to see Hetzler come up and other brothers. You know what I mean? But with this whole pandemic,
I think I started following you when I was in. I think it was Pony Stream. I'd heard about you a few times. I watched a couple of your videos in the past when I started getting into Mustangs a little bit. I mean,
right?
I'd periodically watch you, but I was never really doing this. I wasn't trying to do this. I only really started this because of COVID, and then I was watching, I think, your interview on Pony Stream, and then I subbed you officially, and I started talking to you on Facebook every now and then. I think that's kind of how I got introduced to you.
I think you're friends with me on my personal page, aren't you, sir?
Yes.
Okay, Roger. Okay.
After this, if you're comfortable, shoot me your PO box or address, and I'll send you something.
All right, check Roger, man. I appreciate it, sir.
Yeah.
But once we get past this whole pandemic and everything, I would love, you know, like Ken does Ford Takeover and everything else. I have always wanted to do this. This has always been a dream of mine, to host my own event, like at the drag strip. You know, bring your car, bring your motorcycle. You know, just come out and hang out and have a good time, and work the event to where, you know, obviously I would rent out the track and it's some expenses, and I would sell merch or tickets or whatever to cover it. Then whatever we make, like in profit, then we could donate back to 22kill.com, Soldier's Child, Soldier's Angel, those type of organizations.
Yeah.
And I'm coming up on 10,000 subs. And I think when I reach 20,000, which is my goal for the end of the year, that I want to do my own event, and we'll make it like, you know, a lot of people's battle rhythm. Like during the summer, they have some off time. They'll get block leave, you know, because holiday leave is, you know, everybody's always, you know, doing holiday stuff, you know. So I kind of want to do it during the summertime, like around June, like a June time period. That's usually pretty good for people's schedule to go out and vacation. And we do like a 2-day event at the track, and all of our profits go back to charity. People run the drag cars, people bring their motorcycles, bring their families, tents, and we have a great big community event. I would love to. It's my dream to do that, to bring all of our communities together.
Would you want to do something like that up in Virginia? You're in Virginia, right? That you said?
No, Pennsylvania, sir.
Would you do it up there?
I would, yeah. I mean, the thing is, I have a track out here, not right by me, but a couple hours away.
Yeah.
And I've gotten in pretty good, like Guitar Mageddon. He goes out to Cecil a lot. Stang Mode goes out to Atco. Yeah. And trying to use those connections to host that event. But I want to kind of do it like, I think once I get to about, if I reach my goal of 20K subs this year, I think I should have a big enough audience to come out and make it worth it. You know what I mean? Because, you know, rent out a track, that's usually between $4,000 and $6,000. You got to have all your vendor, your merch, or excuse me, like your food permits, all those eaches. You know what I mean? That's a lot of stuff just for me to handle. But I have enough free time. I mean, I really do, but I don't. But I want to do that for our community. And if we, you know, wherever, if it's in Virginia, I don't, you know, it doesn't necessarily matter to me. But I know up here we have a big, like, Carlisle of Ford. There's a bunch of like Ford Mustang stuff up in the PA area. A ton. You know what I mean?
I used to go to the American Muscle Show back in the day.
Yeah. It's like I said, that's my goal, you know, and I appreciate everyone's support all along the way, man. Like, you know, I remember about Car Mob James, you know, I remember when he first started out, and now he's rock and rolling all the time, man. He's got his own personality. I mean, he's making it happen, you know. I remember when you first started. I can't really see any of the chat in here in this particular element, but I'm sure there's other channels in here. You know,
Yep. There's a couple. There's a couple guys in here who've gotten monetized over the past year, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, Stupid Fast Truck. I remember when he first started. When I first started, Stupid Fast Truck was a bigger channel than me. When I first found Stupid,
some of his videos, man, are so well done. He takes so much time put it in this.
So Stupid Fast Truck where he lives. He actually lives where close to where my grandmother, where my little brother's buried. He lives in the South Bend, Indiana area. Okay. And I have always told Stupid Fast Truck every time I talk to him. Matter of fact, I'll tell you this, and I'll tell you another story. So I said the same thing, man. Your freaking videos are fire, dude. He's like, dude, it takes me so long to put them together, but his excellent videos, right? And I'll tell this other scenario. So for a while I had channel memberships, and at the time I was moving up here in the middle of the PCS, the remodel, all the stuff. Rebuilding Voodoo Child. I just didn't feel right because a lot of brothers were channel members. I couldn't keep up with the content. I would have like private chat window or private videos go up for them and everything else. But I ended it one day, but I had put on my community page to them like, hey, look, guys, I want you all to cancel the channel membership. I just can't keep up with the demand anymore at the time. And they refused to do it. And Stupid Fast Truck called me and said, I'm not going to do it. I said, look, man, you don't have to. He's like, oh, it's going for a good cause. So one day I just went to my computer and I figured out in the analytics and I canceled it all. I shut it down. And he called me and he said, Jack, he goes, did you just cancel? I said, yeah. I said, I told you I was going to do it. He goes, but it's going for a good cause. And I said, just donate it yourself. YouTube takes half the revenue on it anyway. So, when you brought up Stupid Fast Truck, his kind words, his demeanor, his approach, he should have, in my opinion, when it comes to editing and polished videos, and I'm not taking anything away from any other creator in here, but Mike has always had some of the best videos.
Absolutely.
His videos are way better than anything DV's ever produced.
He did a, I think, gosh, what was it? It was a camera install for his truck. I don't even have a truck. And I watched the whole damn thing because it was like, God, how's he edit?
But that's what I'm saying, sir. Along the way, we get the pleasure of speaking to individuals and meeting them, and you find out a whole nother side of them outside of the camera, and that is what's so wonderful about our community. Whether there's billions of videos on the internet, and I recall a time early on my YouTube career where I would get upset if someone didn't watch my video. And this is like my first year, right? I'm hustling along, I'm whatever, right? And my second year, I kind of still figured out. Now going, past my third year and going into my fourth year on the platform, I've realized this: just because they don't watch the video, it's not because they slight you or think your content's not whatever. It's because you're not being provocative enough to reach a different audience, right? Because some of us are content creators. So we don't have enough time. Like I try to do a good thing. I try to watch everyone's videos I can. And sometimes, if it's just opening up the phone, hitting the thumbs up, letting it play out, that's, what I have to do to keep it with the man. But I never expect anyone to watch my stuff if they don't want to, and this is why I always say like I said earlier, if there's anybody who's interested in learning this workflow I've had that's been very successful for me with the thumbnails, hit me up, because I used to look at thumbnails as an after effect. Yeah. I really, this year I kind of changed my approach, and I said, I think of my title, then my thumbnail, and then what the video is going to be about. And because most of the time what we do is we clip an interesting part of the video into a picture, we slap some words on it, and we send it, right? And we put so little time in the thumbnail because we look at it as an afterthought. Once I started thinking the thumbnail comes first, then title, thumbnail, then the video. Because when you got to think, when we all produce a video, and I can show you analytics and statistical data that proves this. When you make a captivating thumbnail and title that it's highly polished to compete, because when that video goes out into the algorithm, you're competing against channels that are 100,000, 200, you know what I mean? These bigger channels.
Yeah.
So what I started doing was, F it. I'm going to make thumbnails like them, tweak it, and then send it. Because at that point, when I started looking at it, because the thumbnail, when you come, if you have your homepage and you see a new channel and you think about it, if you don't put a lot of time in that thumbnail, well, hell no one's going to click.
Yeah.
Because you did it as an afterthought. But when you realize that thumbnail and title, they see it long before they see the video. You see what I'm saying? The audience sees it. Like, even in our own life, do you click on a video that has a poorly done thumbnail or title? The answer is most of the time, hell no. So, again, there's much bigger channels, much more success. But I've always tried to do I've always tried throughout my YouTube career to the smaller channels that watch me, and or some of it because I inspired them to do it or whatever. I always, when I figure out something new that helps me, I always try to pass it out to the force to be a good force multiplier. I don't know, that's very Army. Okay, how do I rephrase that? I try to always give back to those who have supported me. And if they can take a lesson that I learned and did and achieved, then that's all that matters, you know?
Well, I'm positive I've blown it. Well, actually, I learned by the time I got to 400 subs, I was completely screwing the pooch. I don't know how I even got the 400 subs because I was screwing it so bad. The freaking the tags. So the way my brain works, right? You want to hit as many words as possible. So I didn't watch the videos like I should have to teach me what I was doing. I just assumed I knew what I was doing. So like I have a 2012 Ford Mustang Boss 302. Well, instead of putting that as a tag, I would have done 2012 tag, Ford tag, thinking that it would piece it together. And I realized I was completely wrong, and I was screwing myself hard on like my first few months here. And then
another thing, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But another thing I started when talking about hashtags. So what I've started doing is putting my hashtag in the search. Like before I launch a video, I put the hashtags in the search engine to see what gets pulled up and to see what my competition is with the thumbnails. And so then I look at their thumbnails, and sometimes the best form of flattery is plagiarism, but tweak it a little bit. You know what I mean? But that is a good way, hashtag research, to make sure that you're going to rank up there with the search. Because remember, we are here, and these other channels are way up here. So you have to come off as a polished, in your approach. You know what I mean? And again, there's one time in my lull, especially the last half of the calendar year last year, I was lucky if I was getting 500-600 views a video. And as soon as I tweaked and I tweaked my approach, it has, I can't tell you how I went from every 48-hour period, probably about 2,000 or 3,000 to now, if I look at my average over the last month, the average has been 6,000 to 10,000 views every 2 days, just by these small little changes. You know what I mean? I start with the hashtags, all these things, and to reach a bigger audience, right? And like I said, a lot of you guys have way more personality than I am, right? I have a very different personality. So it's sometimes hard for me to be engaging with an audience because of my personality. So I've really had to try hard to make more relatable content with people to reach that audience, if that makes sense. But go ahead, sir.
Oh, you're good, man. What's up, Colton? Well, I definitely, the thumbnail thing, I definitely screwed that up for a few. There's a couple videos I did early that I might pull them down and redo them and re-upload them, even though they're older, because it should have gotten more looks because it was funny as hell. Then it did. Like, I pulled my son's tooth with the Boss 302. He wanted to do it. I was like, sure, why not? And the thumbnail was garbage, and so it just didn't hit very well. And I thought that should have done better, but I didn't put enough effort into it. Like, the picture was garbage.
Yeah, and so what I've been doing is I just went through a creator class a couple of weeks ago. I went through like all my backlog content, changed the thumbnail, changed the title, and on even like the when I did the 2022 Road Glide the other day, I think yesterday I tweaked the thumbnail a little bit, and then I also tweaked the title, and that yielded me another 5,000-6,000 views just from that video today. And then on the one I released yesterday, I tweaked it a little bit, and I think that video's at right around 2,000 views for a topic that's 4 days old, and it's reaching a bigger audience. So, you know, it's YouTube takes a lot of time to commit to getting the things. And like you said, like the thumbnail's got to be polished, or it's not going to even like when I post stuff on Instagram, I get more attention with these thumbnails than I ever did with my regular stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So just food for thought. I mean, I think everybody who knows me in this chat has my number or access to me through social media. You know what I mean? So,
I did start putting more effort into my thumbnails after that, but I'm sure there's always room for improvement. Always.
Absolutely. You have to, like, this is like a continuing thing, like changing thing, you know. The guys that have been on the platform, like the huge channels, they're always reinventing themselves. I mean, hell, look at Street Speed 717. I mean, he's jumping brand new $80,000 trucks just to get 200,000 views. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know who is the automotive creator? He never does clickbait. He always does exactly what he says in the video, and he goes viral every time. Is Whistling Diesel.
Yep. I tell you what, so I don't watch all of his videos. I've watched a couple, but the one I did watch was him recouping his stolen property.
Yep.
And I enjoyed the hell out of that video. I love seeing stuff like that.
That was a good video. You know what the saddest video was? When he took the Hilux and he dropped it out of a freaking helicopter, sir.
I haven't seen that one. No.
Go look it up. He literally had.
I did see. That's the one where he was trying to copy Top Gear. He was seeing if he could break the Hilux like Top Gear did, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
That video, when I saw that, I said, you know, if I ever get to my YouTube journey where I have to get a helicopter and drop a car out for views, I don't want that life. That's a very stressful life.
Yeah.
But we all spend this money, like they used to call it gas, like I forgot what the acronym stands for, but like you all this camera gear, audio stuff, and everything else. That guy still shoots with a cell phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't always. It's all about connecting with your audience, and like I said, some of y'all do a much better job than I do. And so I would say that, you know, on YouTube, it's all about connecting with your audience. It's always about connecting with your audience and being genuine, being humble. When you make a mistake or you say something, you know, always come back and correct yourself. And I've always typically tried to do that.
Mike's Garage wants to know what's the best color and font name for thumbnails.
So I use a program, an app called Fonto, and where I could make many different designs. There's three colors they say that really pops in a thumbnail. One is red, yellow, and green, because they say the science is it because your eyes pick it up. Always to like crop your face doing like an emoji, a finger point. If you go to my channel, you'll see a couple of videos or the motorcycle content kind of done like that. Very polished, especially the last 2 videos been super polished because I thought of those thumbnails before I did the video. And so having that face, your eyes, your impression, you know, a catchy line, you know, think to yourself, your thumbnail tells the story. The title is just, you know, the thumbnail. So raise your hand in the group. When you click on the video, do you look at the title or the thumbnail? Because I look at the thumbnail first. So the red, yellow, and green pop. I'm not a big fan of the green. I think it looks really tacky. I'm more red and gold. And all my big videos have always been with a highly polished thumbnail. Like I have one for the RPM Act, and that video I think it's like at 180,000 views right now.
Yeah.
And that was a very polished picture of Voodoo Child with I think what I put America's Most Wanted on it or something like that. I can't remember what I did with it, but that having a high res thumbnail is good for eye attention. But the other thing that it does is when you put that video out in the algorithm picks up that it's a high res thumbnail. So if you are doing, for example, if you're shooting in 1080p and you clip a picture out of your video in editor, it is now 720. So because it's 720, it's not going to get the same pop as a 1080p picture. So that's why I have, Fonto, Magic Eraser. Let me see. Let me give.
What is going on? Let me catch up real quick. We got Rattletrap Fox. How you doing, sir? Sorry I didn't say hello when you popped in.
Uh-oh. Did I lose y'all?
No, you're good, man.
Hello? Did I lose y'all?
No, we can hear you. Can you hear us? You hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear both of you.
Oh.
Yeah, I lost him again.
He couldn't hear us.
Oh, well.
We could hear you. Jack. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, that's good to know the stuff that he just said, because all the thumbnails that I put up for the S2000 GT350 series are all high res and red in them.
I'm sorry. I dropped out when I was calling out all the apps. I apologize.
Oh, you're good.
You're good.
Yes, Sublime GT500. Yes, you are definitely green. I'm a little jealous of Matt, right? So I've had some very good conversation with Matt over the years. Matter of fact, a couple of years ago, he was so kind. He sent me I think it was either passenger side or driver side catch can for Voodoo Child at the time when it was NA. And when I saw he bought the GT500 and just the smile on his face when I see him, I said, my God, so that's a man living his best life right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely the red. I like I said, all my highest paid videos have always come for whatever reason in red with a high res photo. And like if you ever had that anybody been divorced in here and you had that really bad relationship, but you don't want to leave it, and you just continue to truck through life. That's kind of how I felt like the last year on YouTube. I had 3-4 months of really, really big growth. And then I just, with the turbo kit break-in and all the other stuff in the house, I just kind of fell off. And I kind of picked up at the end of the year. But, really, I said, 2022 is going to be my year. I've always said I wanted to do $10,000 on YouTube in a year to give back to 22kill.com. That's always been my goal every freaking year, and this year, I keep saying it, but I'm going to say I want this year to be my year. If it's not, then But I always had that goal to reach that level, because there's so much that our Veterans Administration hospitals don't do for us. And there's a lot of private programs that help me with my health care. And that's what I love giving back to, But yeah, red, green, yellow. and high-res thumbnails will always do well and trigger the algorithm. Hashtag key search. And then if you have a video topic that you want to do, like a bigger channel, look at their channel and look at their thumbnail, right? And match it and tweak it. I used to think it was complicated to do all this copy paste. I've learned I can do a thumbnail in 20 minutes now, with the tools and resources I have, you know what I mean? And I'm sure there's probably an app or two and there's much more professionals, but I've had the pleasure of working with like Xander 13, Stang Mode, Hammer Down Motorsports. Who else was there? Red Racer Video, huge car channels that have really kind of taken me underneath their wing and kind of showed me, helped me out along the way, helped me with thumbnails, titles, all that stuff. And at the, and one of them, I won't name drop him, but about 2 weeks ago, he said, "Why are you calling me for a thumbnail?" I said, "Well, shit, man, I could use your help." He goes, "You could, I can keep feeding you fish, or I could teach you to fish yourself." And so he gave me a couple of videos, showed me where to look, and my God, he was right. You know what I mean? So hopefully we, next videos we continue to do well. But like I said, I want to I've always wanted to give back to everybody because, like I said, there's a lot of channels that follow us, that they don't have the time. There's a guy I watch. His name is Rain Man Ray. He's a mechanic. And he takes his phone to work every day and films his job. And the dude is blowing up. Like, great personality. Probably not the best editing style. Definitely not the right thumbnails, hashtags, or whatever. But he's doing it sheer on personality. And so it is possible. I mean, like Stang Mode told me one time, and he met me when I was very green in my YouTube career. And he said, "Jack, we're all one video from being relevant," if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I have belabored this time so much, and I have kept everybody on this stream. And my wife's giving me the evil eye to shut it down and go to bed for the night because she has to go to work in the morning because it's almost 11 here. So thank y'all so much. If I didn't see your comments and everything else, I really appreciate. Sir, will let me on the stream tonight and interact with y'all, and it's been an absolute pleasure.
It was good chatting with you for the first time.
Yeah, man, awesome. We'll see you around.
shoot me a message, sir, with your number and everything, and I'll send you my address, sir.
Sounds good.
All right, y'all take care. Have a good evening. Okay, go fast, don't die. All right, later. Bye, guys.
Bye.
So, Sean, how you doing, sir?
Yeah, happy birthday, Carol Shelby.
Is that today?
Yep. Oh wow, that's the day that I hit 2,000 subs. That's awesome. Hell yeah!
Congrats, man.
Hell yeah!
I'm a tad behind you nowadays.
Yeah. Well, you're busy. I literally, if I'm not working or with Grayson, I'm doing something for YouTube. It's literally how it's been now.
Oh no, I've got lots of projects. I just need to get on them.
Yeah.
The weather lately. We've had a couple great days where I've actually had to there's like stuff I've had to do at the house. I'm hoping that the next warm day I can actually get out there and do something here on the cars. I don't want to bust off the headers in my garage. I don't want that dust in the air.
Oh,
so no. And then I definitely I need to do the taillight install just to get them off the shelf and get them out of storage. But I got a couple things to knock out. They're pretty simple things. Nothing performance oriented yet, unfortunately.
I got to do my burnout video tomorrow. Wasn't a good day to do it today.
Yeah. My son keeps asking me to do more burnouts. I'm like, buddy, those tires are expensive. I'm not buying any more. I'm not buying more tires.
Oh, I've got,
What's up, Nickel White? How you doing, sir?
Actually, I don't know if you know Dream Giveaway Garage. They're based down in Clearwater, Florida, or St. Pete. I actually entered. They're giving away a pair of Mach 1 Mustangs. They're giving away a late 60s or early 70s one, and then they're
Yeah.
giving away a 2021. Kate entered to win those, and then I entered to win another one of their cars, but I don't want to jinx it, so I ain't gonna tell what it is. But
Rattle Trap Fox, no. I got a budget full exhaust for the Fox body, so I got a set of long tube headers, Hooker long tubes, off-road X pipe, and I got Flowmaster Super 10s. And I just got to clean them up. They're all used, so I'm gonna do some work to them, put some high temp paint on some of them, and make it look new-ish.
Kevlar wrap them.
No, I'm not doing that.
No.
E85 should be my first. Oof. If I had
E85 is almost as expensive as premium now.
Yeah, I was about to say, if I had serviceable E85 and it doesn't cost as much as my normal gas, then I probably would.
Yeah, it's like.
And then, but the thing is, so here's my thing, Colin. I don't want to tune the car without having a couple performance mods on there. Like I've got the intake. I can open up my intake. My intake's choked down right now. I can open that up. If I get headers is what I'm missing. I'm missing headers, and the headers I want are super expensive.
Yeah.
I don't want to put cheap crap on the boss.
No.
So what you got going on this weekend, Anthony?
This weekend. What are we doing? Probably get Kate behind the wheel again. What was it, Saturday? Oh, I might be working on another GT350, doing another set of those oil lines. He's driving all the way from Tampa to drop it off.
Dang.
Yeah. That's like a 2.5 hour drive.
Have you so you're doing that new job now, right?
Yep.
How's that
dude,
going?
it's been going good. I mean, obviously I'm mechanically inclined, so nothing's been, overly challenging or anything. I'm getting the hang of everything and just learning the process and how they do things. But dude, just like the lack of stress now, not worrying about going to work every day. And if there is work, then I'm making money. If there's no work, then I'm not making money. I'm getting paid the whole time I'm there. I've even got a couple hours of overtime, not having to drive my own vehicle. Gas is paid for. Like I'm just like so stress free during the day. I feel like I'm re-energized to,
So one thing I want to address real quick with the chat. So cars are expensive. And one thing I've been pretty good about, I've kind of set my own rule, and I've talked about it before. All the stuff I buy for my cars is either come from YouTube revenue from the channel or stuff I've already had that I've sold to buy other things. I've never used my paychecks. My paychecks are for my family. That's what my paycheck goes towards. I don't put the paychecks in the cars, and I never will. So I grow as fast as I'm able to, and that's perfectly okay with me.
Takes a lot of discipline.
Well, yeah. I mean, I got good reason. I have a lot of reasons to be disciplined. Like if I'm gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be, let's see, 34, almost turning 35 years old, and I'm gonna start a new job for the first time in forever. So
yeah,
I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life.
It's a weird feeling when you get out, man. It is weird.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna find something. I want to find something, facilities or engineering management kind of position.
Yeah, it's crazy. I turned 30 in less than 2 months now.
Oh, you young kids, all you young whippersnappers. Don't worry. The moment it happens, you start to feel all these aches out of nowhere. Like you're like, man.
I'll still never forget the day that I woke up when I was 23. I felt like that. I felt great. And then 23, I woke up. I haven't felt the same since. Literally, it was like overnight. Bam.
I had paycheck over the wife. See, I've always, so I've been married going on, it'll be 9 years here in February. We've always had a joint bank account. I don't got anything to hide. I do have the money from YouTube is a separate account, and that is mine. because it's my guilt-free money to spend on the cars. Guilt-free money to spend on the cars of my sons. So I do with that what I want. And I've been very good to reinvest it into things to make future content.
I can't wait to see how much I
So
pay.
YouTube has paid for the tail light that I was missing, and it's paid for the full exhaust for the Fox body. It's also it's not directly from YouTube, but Carvana referrals paid for my one-piece drive shaft.
Hell yeah.
I don't just waste what I get. I do try and put it back into my content and future content, hopefully.
Yeah, I unfortunately or fortunately decided instead of doing a bunch of mods to the 350, go get another car. So that's why I haven't done many mods. But
my boss, dude, I've had the boss for 5 years now, and this month is the 5-year anniversary, and it's still a stock tune. I haven't tuned it or done anything. So the time has come to play with her a little bit.
Yeah.
I also own it, so I think I paid it off 2 years ago.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
Time. It's about time to do something to it. And the moment I used to have a lifetime engine warranty, and the moment I sacrificed that to the gods, it was kind of a liberating feeling. But you're also kind of like, man, I really hope that motor doesn't blow up.
I mean, usually, if something were to happen, it would already have happened. Now it's just down to just maintenance and being, if you ever do modifications or tunes, don't go cheap. Don't go, don't run it out, to the last degree or, AFR and lean it out to get that extra 3 horsepower. Fuck that.
Well, so a lot of the guys, they'll take it to, oh, great.
No.
I got all the Russians today.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys, they'll take their bosses and they'll set the tune to 8,200 RPM, and they can handle it for a while. I don't know. I've only known one that's blown it up, and it was he's another YouTuber. It's Tracking Ponies. He blew his up. But a lot of them guys take it there. I was thinking about tuning mine to 8,000.
And you got to think how many times you actually run it up to that high. I mean, even the 350.
I like the red line.
Oh, yeah. I mean, on the street, unless I'm really trying, I mean, the 350, I still shift between 7 and 8. There's no point in revving it out all the way.
Does it make, okay, so here's a question for you. Do you make peak power at max RPM?
About 77, 78.
Okay, because the boss makes peak power at max RPM.
It's because the intake manifold. The intake manifold can handle more. But that intake manifold is the limiting factor, or the biggest limiting factor on the 350. But that's what you get with a modular engine design.
Yeah.
I'm going to steal one of the new Z06 intake manifolds and have somebody modify it to put on my car.
I don't know how, dude, I tell you what, man, I just don't know how looking at it, car prices now, I can't afford a new car. I don't know how people just go buy cars now.
Honestly, it's better to buy new than used right now. If you buy new and you don't like it, you can turn around and sell it and make more, so there's not that initial hit driving off the lot. And then if you have a good car, if you sell it and then buy back into the market, all the money you made or think you made, you just lost it in the next deal. I see people selling I mean, obviously I'm in all the 350 pages. People are selling them for ridiculous amounts of money. They're getting it. And then they're turning around
you got to buy something else.
And it's like you just bragged about how much money you just made, but you don't realize how much money you just lost.
Because you're overspending on the next thing.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's one reason why I've held on to the Fusion. You can't buy reliability. I mean, the chance of me getting a car that's a daily driver that is going to be as good as that thing has been to me, I mean, basically slim to none. So,
well, I was talking about that with my wife. I was like, if that Ford Edge
dies.
Yeah, I was telling my wife, if that Ford Edge dies It's been great. We've had that car since 2012. We've had that car forever. And if that car dies, then I'm either gonna find a junkyard motor, throw in it, a low miles junkyard motor, or we're gonna have it rebuilt if it's salvageable, because I can't. Either that's gonna work, or I'm gonna have to go buy like a freaking Crown Vic.
I mean, yeah, you know what the maintenance history is on the vehicle. You know what other issues it may have. My Fusion, it's been the damn 6F35 harsh upshift from 2 to 3. It's had it since I got it. It hasn't gotten any worse. Hasn't gotten better. I do the fluid every 30 to 40,000 miles. Other than that, the thing's been a freaking. I mean,
yeah.
I almost
Colton,
want to.
I'm with you, man. Colton, that's a forever car right there.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get some other toys with it, and down, when I'm an adult. But I'm hoping at some point the Fox body's fast. I wasn't looking for a convertible, but you know what? My kids love it, so I'm actually very happy with it. But I'd like to make it fast at some point. It's going to be loud before it's fast, though.
Big single turbo.
Dude, that motor. I'm trying to think. I don't know if that block can handle it. Even if I was pushing low boost. Because it's got the throttle body injection, so all I can picture is like a super, super lean burn. Like it's forcing the fuel into the center cylinders only, and then you're like completely burning out the outside cylinders.
I'm pretty illiterate when it comes to like the older cars. I mean, anything I would say earlier than 2000, I'm
learning, man. I'm just learning as I go. I'm learning as I go. And I love the people who comment like, I can't believe you're like, when I had the MGB, man, you have no idea how many times like, I can't believe you're doing that. Like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, well, sir, this is the first time I've ever done it. I'm just figuring out what works for me because I need the car to drive. So like, you know how many people would freak out because I turned it to not, I made it not OEM. So like I bought a freaking $22 Amazon fuel pump, and I just like I completely undid the points fuel pump they had. And I was like, this thing sucks. I took it out. I put in my $22 pump, and it ran great. And I was like, this is the way to do it. I said, and that's like one of my, I made that a video. I still get comments on those videos all the time where people are still kind of butthurt about it. The number one comment I get from those guys most often is, where's like I did welding and I was welding in shorts. They're like freaked out about my PPE and my personal protection and all that crap. And I'm like, yeah. Well, I was like, you're not wrong, but you know what? I was fine. So moving on.
Yeah, Colton, I mean, keep that car. I mean, you have the icon as far as Gen 1 and the S197 goes, that's the iconic car of that generation. So
I want the 350 and the Boss. That's what I want. Both.
Oh, yeah. Don't we all?
Silverback, I'm doing good, man. Just, I got nothing going on in my house right now because I got nothing in my house right now. I still got to finish purging in here.
Purging?
Yeah, purging. I'm trying to get some more of my my local friends' Fox bodies on the channel a little bit because they got way cooler cars than I do right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, we're almost at 2 hours.
I know.
Time flew. Matt, what do you do? Why aren't you in here, Matt? You're in here chatting, but you're not on the panel. How often does that happen? I like pain. You're talking about Sublime or me? I'm also Matt. Oh, Brails likes pain. Never mind. What do you mean I like pain? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, shit. My laptop almost fell. I'm perching my laptop on the windshield of the Fox body with the top down. The visor's holding it up. Oh, good. Look, there's another troll. How about that? Look, this is a special troll.
No, you get a lot of them, man. I don't. I think I only
This
had a
one's
couple.
actually talking to us, though.
I'll say what?
This one's talking to us with poor grammar and spelling.
Please refrain from what?
I'm curious what else they'll say. Don't block them if you haven't already, people. I'm just curious what they'll say. Yeah, come on, Sublime. Get up here. What are you doing? Ooh, a 69 Riviera. Is that the boat tail? Is that the boat tail car? If it is, man, those things are they're they're not the most popular, but they're actually they are popular.
Wait.
Here we go.
All right, that's weird.
He's driving.
Yes.
Or he's he's just sitting in his car and he's shaking his phone because don't crash.
The oldest email in my Yahoo email inbox I got from my dad sent to me May 11th, 2012, letting me know that Carol Shelby had passed away. That is the oldest email in my inbox, and I refuse to delete it.
We don't do illegal mods here.
I feel like the Godfather. Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
What's up, Force Source? How you doing, sir?
Yeah, why do I look like so blurry? Is my camera's freaking
Okay,
dirty?
hey, so now we know how YouTube, like after like the channels, link up and stuff after live streams, you get a spike and then you get a spike in the negative direction. Now we know why. There's people freaking watching us, man. Freaking no fun.
Well, I can't hit 1700 to save my life, man. I don't know what's going on there, but
This dude, like
I've hit it. I've hit it 4 times.
My tube buddy, I was at 2005. My tube buddy still said I was at 1.99, and then when you go to the milestones, it says you achieved it on January 11th, but the date on the actual thing that I posted on Instagram says January 12th, and it's not even the 12th yet.
It's predicting for you. There you go.
Well, it's like, dude, I hit that shit 12 hours ago. Like, what are you waiting for? That's why I didn't post that till the end of the day. I was there at like 10 this morning.
See, I wish I had more time to dedicate to this because I'm actually really looking forward to taking my wife in the car.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really looking forward to that. I wish I had more time to put in this so I could get more stuff out there to grow faster. I just don't have the time right now.
That's it.
I did have somebody once film a video for me. I never ended up posting it, but maybe if you got some other guys to help you, I could send you a video and you can do your tweaks to it and post it.
Hey, Chad, as long as turning it into a meth head doesn't make it become a crackhead, you're okay.
Well, so I didn't want to copy everybody. So a lot of people are doing the the subscribers cars thing. There's a lot of people doing that. I didn't want to follow do that because everybody's doing it. I mean, I thought about it. It's just a lot of people do it.
I mean, there's the standard, shit, you already said your car was paid off. I was going to say, how much am I paying a month for my Boss 302?
I got a video. I got a video for the Boss that can hit big, and I've been saving it for quite a while. And because I also don't know if I even want to post it. Matt knows about it, sort of, if he knows what I'm talking about. But I haven't talked about it too much. But there's a video I could post about the history of my car, which is pretty ridiculous, and I haven't posted it.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I mean, shoot, do what he said about the thumbnail and the title and get that all polished up and post it. I mean,
I got a picture, and it'll probably grab some attention.
Or is it something that you shouldn't post because
I can already think of the title for it too, but I won't say it.
Shouldn't post. Let me put it this way: it's something that happened in the history of my car. I own the car, so it doesn't matter now. I have a clean title car, and My wife doesn't know this happened.
Oh.
The title for the video that I'm thinking of would be the ultimate clickbait too. I'll message you later, Matt, if you want it.
No,
But-
yeah, why not? But I'm saving it. I'll post it at some point, but not right now. Hey,
Yeah,
what's
I've
up,
already
Tony? How you doing, sir?
I've already thought out how I'm gonna, get that new car on the channel. And how I'm gonna reveal it to Mr.
Yeah.
Sleepy Boy over here. I just want to go get it right now, and then I'm probably gonna watch one of your videos to do a motor swap on it.
Yeah, they're they get scooting pretty good, man. I don't know. So I don't know what I screwed up with those. When I did that video I did for the motor swaps, it started out slow. It's starting to slowly pick up. Like it's getting more and more what's it called? The
Traction?
no, it's the click percentage.
Oh.
It's going up every day, and it's getting more and more people, and it's just slowly growing. But like I don't know. See, I've debated like, is sharing to Facebook actually hurting me, or is it actually helping me?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that question when he was in here. I honestly don't know. I think what I'm gonna start doing is as soon as I post a video, I'm not gonna push it up to social media, and then I'm gonna give it like a week or two, and then once I see it kind of like flatline, then I'll put it out to social media, because I think if YouTube sees you drawing too much off of external, they're not gonna push it out as much. So
Yeah,
we'll
I
see.
wondered that
We'll see.
because TikTok, I don't really try that shit at all, and somehow
Yeah.
I do fine.
Because right now I have like 45% is from YouTube search, 17% from shorts, and then like 30% from external. And I've
Mine
had to bring that
is-
average down. I was almost like 40 and 40.
So external. So here's mine, dude. Mine is 43% search, 24% shorts, 10.6
Really?
browse, 8.1 suggested, and then only 6% external, and then 7% other, whatever the hell that means.
Oh shit! So yeah, I'm doing all. I guess I'm getting way more off of freaking external.
I just I haven't. So I used to share a lot more than I am right now. I share to a couple groups now. I don't share to all of them like I used to, and I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna hurt or help or what. I should probably just not do it and see what happens.
And then also, like I was trying to figure out, when I'm gonna post, the series. I said I was gonna do it every Monday at 7, and that's what I have it scheduled to go up at. But looking at, how you can see,
Hey, Colton, thanks for hopping in here, sir. Take care, man.
you can
Take
see
care, Colton.
you can see when your viewers are on YouTube the last 28 days, and I was trying to more or less maybe change the upload schedule for the series.
Well, you got to
specifically.
figure. So you're talking about that purple graph.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to figure the time that everybody's on there is these things. They're doing the live streams.
I mean, but I have like a 6-hour block on Sunday that people are on a lot. Wednesday, again in the evening, about a 5-hour block. Thursday is a block from like 12 to like 8. Friday is another block from like 11 to 5.
Yeah.
But I already said that I was when I put the series out that I was going to do it every Monday at 7. So I'm going to stick with that and just see what happens. But yeah, I didn't want to interfere with anybody's live stream. So Monday at 7. I know Karmov doesn't really go till like what, 7:30 or 8.
He's usually on at 7 Eastern, 6 Central.
Oh shoot. Well,
I need to get back in a schedule. I used to have I used to do at least 3 videos a week when I had the MG, because the MG was easy to make videos on. The Fox sort of is, but I just haven't had. I don't have the time I used to have because now I got to freaking work out in the evening. But I used to do. I'd do 3 videos in a night, and then I'd put those videos out during the week, and I was perfectly fine. Now I'm kind of like, I'm trying to make one for the next week if I get some time. Kind of sucks doing it this way.
yeah.
Where are you driving to, Matt? Where are you going? Where you get food?
Yeah, just for my one daughter. I actually had a.
I didn't hear anything you just said. You dropped out. I didn't hear you at all.
Sorry. Yeah, I went to go get food for one of my kids. I actually had a home cooked meal tonight for a change.
Oh man, did it make you sick?
No, it's pepper steak, one of my favorites.
That's good.
Shit, my freaking vacuum's on. No bueno.
Your vacuum's on?
Like the RoboVac thing. And it's
No,
like,
Tony, what I mean is I would it'd be easy because I'd be working on multiple things on the MGB I had. And so I'd literally just film them all back to back to back and I just have to edit them later.
Yeah.
Mike's Garage. Have a good night, man. Be well.
It's not as easy with the Boss because all Boss content costs dollars. Fox Body is kind of more along the lines with MGB. I just I haven't had the time and I'm learning what I'm doing. And then yeah, I got to get in here a little more. I'm trying to make the room. I want to buy a motor. I wish I could push Yellow Fox Body guy to still let me have it, but I think he's gonna hold on to that thing.
Well, get in touch with your local autocross group. See if they're doing the autocross.
Well, so it's funny you say that. I was supposed to do autocross back in 2020. And Leighton, my son, the oldest son, he was 5. He was supposed to do autocross. They have a guy who brings out the kids' karts. He was going to get to drive a kart that goes anywhere from 45 to 50 miles an hour. I asked a lot of questions about it because I have to be able to convince my wife. Like, it's like, what do you do for safety? It's at Cherry Point. It's on the airstrip. There's literally nothing for him to crash into anywhere. And he's like, and so if they decide to just drive away from me, I have a kill switch and he just turns it off. He's got a remote. He's just sitting there watching them and he'll turn it off. And he said, but honestly, like the kids are so excited to hear an engine for the first time. He usually has to like coax them to get going because they're melting his clutches in those go-karts. But the thing that sucked, man, is I told him we were going to do that in 2020 and we had the first one scheduled in March. And you remember when COVID started, it was like end of February. And like literally the week before, he had been asking me about it all year. The week before they canceled it. And I was like, I felt so horrible going to tell him it was gone. And now they've started it up again, but they've only brought back the adults. So like, they're like, we don't have any safety parameters in place for the children. I'm like, I just came to a damn air show here where thousands of people were here without masks out here watching these things. And I can't have my son at this open airstrip where he's not going to be closer than 10 feet to anybody. And there's only a couple, there's not that many people here. Like, it's ridiculous. And so I'm not going to go out there and make him just watch me if I can't get him. That's why I wanted to do it. I was more excited filming his run than mine. Sorry, get a little animated about that because I'm pissed.
No, you're fine. Yeah, that fucking timing. Yeah, as soon as I can get Grayson behind the wheel of something, that's another reason why I want to do that car thing. I think, I want to get him behind the wheel of something.
How old is he?
He's 4 now.
Oh yeah. You still got time. Yeah. They grow fast. My oldest is 7. He thinks he doesn't fit in his anymore. But when he gets in it and it does 15 miles an hour, he still likes driving it.
Yeah. Yep. I'm going to see what I can do with it. I mean, yeah, I'd love to bring it with me to other, to little events and stuff, but I'm not going to put a trailer hitch in the 350. That's not going to happen. So
come on, join the club.
If it did
go.
It
hides in your diffuser. You won't even know it's there.
I'll have to have Kate drive behind me in the Fusion or something, and it'll be in there.
You see, well, maybe she'll probably do that for you. But my wife, It got old fast. It got old really fast because I was making her drive a good ways from our house in Virginia, and so she's like, I don't want to do that anymore. So I just, I was like, what, I'll do this way, and it's hilarious because you get a ton of looks.
Oh yeah.
I need to find a better way to I don't know. I wish I could I probably should weld, because I got a welder. I should probably weld some plates onto the side that I can put gigantic vinyl decals on or something.
Yeah, advertise.
On the side of what? What are you talking about?
The trailer.
Trailer.
Oh.
The little hitch thingy.
Oh.
Like the tail end of the trailer.
Put it on both sides.
I would, but I think the cars overhang a little bit. The power wheels, I put them sideways, so I got to stack them deep.
Oh. Oh.
Tony, that's the plan, man. I'm hoping so. At the very least, this year I want to do Foxtoberfest. If my dad can go, and my dad has to be able to go. He's going to tow my car there for me. But it's going to be me and my dad and my kids. So that'll be a great, multi-generational thing. And then I would like to do probably one other show if I can. But honestly, everything's loose. I don't know what my schedule is going to hold. What are you saying?
So what was the other event that you were talking about wanting to make if possible?
I don't know. You're going to say Fort Takeover, but I'd look, man, that's
a no-brainer answer. Hell yes. Come on now.
That's so far away.
Oh, dude, don't talk to me about far. Come on. No, that's just a lame excuse. It used to be a good excuse.
Hey, me and Brelson were talking about.
You only had to drive that far. Hold on. You only had to drive that far driving egg rolls. I got to drive 2 kids that are complaining the whole way.
Okay, for the record, that was 400 egg rolls in a freaking 100-quart cooler.
You got a good smell the entire trip.
Whereas on 50 pounds of dry ice.
Yapping in my ear. Well, peeps, I figured I'd step in and give a thumbs up and say hi, Brailsfords. Those headers. Offer to I'm going to try a 4-source. I am going to try the 40s first because they're already on there. There'd be no reason for me to rip them off. We're going to try that first, see what it sounds like, and then I might go to the 10s later.
Have a good night, 4-source.
Yeah, later, 4-source. Thanks for hopping in here, sir.
I need to start thinking of some T-shirt ideas.
My T-shirt. I love my T-shirt. It's so cheap. Easy to make.
AB, see, this is what freaking toolbox creativity does for you, man. It takes the mind and just specs it out right here. Here's an idea for a shirt for you. GT350, picture of your car, and then put the real driver mod.
Wow, did you come up with that all because of the toolbox?
No, half of it was my actual brain.
Toolbox. What is he talking about?
It's a code word for substances.
Gotcha.
You don't know what the toolbox means, AB, after hanging out with me and Mob? Are you kidding?
That word never got used around me. I've never heard you reference anything as toolbox.
Toolbox also makes you use his old name.
Yeah, everyone still calls me AB. It is what it is.
Well, it's your actual initials, so it's not like I'm calling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True point. Fair point.
I call you Anthony. I've moved on. I've evolved.
Yeah. Neanderthals.
Hey, I was known as RS3 for me forever, and it took people for a while to switch over to Sublime, but Toolbox Talk with Sublime. Yes, sir. Here we go.
I've only ever known you as Sublime. I guess I haven't been.
I do know whatever shirt idea I do come up with first, I'm only going to do like a limited run of like 50 to 50, depending on how big I am whenever I do it. 50 to 100 shirts. 50 to 100 shirts. That's it. Those will be the original like OG driver mod, original, first edition shirts.
Chad, you said you were getting out of here, sir. No comments from the peanut gallery. Oh, too funny.
Axel Watson leaves the idea there. See, I didn't know you was RS3. I didn't even know you when you had the RS3.
Yeah, me neither.
I joined you guys after that.
A lot of people thought it was an Audi that they thought I had at first when you read it. It's like, no, dude.
That's why you got rid of the car.
No. There was only one reason why I got rid of the car, and that's it right there. That was the
Did you
only
ever
reason I said I would get.
Did you ever crash the RS3?
Never, not once. I curb rashed one of the wheels once, but
Dude, that
I was able
kills
to.
you. That kills you on the inside. Like when I first bought the Boss, I drove it to Rhode Island. I did drive it to Rhode Island for training. That was my only car at the time. And I was backing into a parking lot, and I thought I was like getting in there real close to the curb, and I got just a little too close.
Yeah, no, I curb rashed it pretty good, but I have some guys out here that literally you couldn't even tell it curb rashed it after they fixed it. It looked like brand new again, and it was a metallic wheel.
I need to hire a paintless dent guy. I got one dent I'd like him to bust out.
Bust out.
Man, I think you had a record number of trolls in here tonight, dude. They were just popping.
Yeah.
All right, come on, phone, cooperate here. I can't hold the freaking toolbox and this phone at the same time. There we go.
I think I'm going to go for another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
I still got to take a shower.
Dying in here.
I curved the wheel on my Z06. Yeah. So what happens, Savon? Did you over-rev what?
Wait, Stupid Fast has a Z06? Or
Yep, you got a Corvette.
Over-rev my Roush?
What?
What are you talking about, Fortec?
I definitely need to go watch more videos.
No, he sold it.
Oh.
Damn.
We're still no, neither, man. I was just driving. Was I racing somebody at the time? No. The road I was driving on had a little dip that kind of sucked you into the curb, and I felt the dip, and I started steering away from it, but it dipped even harder as I started steering away, and it just kind of sucked it into the curb for a second. So, but yeah, like I said, it was an easy fix.
Oh. Yeah,
Easy.
Stupid Fast. Matt, rear-wheel drive. He has the C8. He also has a C5 Z06. He actually just got it back from getting the transmission rebuilt. So he's got that. He's going to be taking that on the next rally because the C8 is still not done. Waiting on the Liberty Walk body kit. It's supposed to be in this week.
My neighbor's got a C5 Z06, same color as Stupid Fast. Freaking do that thing, man. It's basically a full bolt on. That thing, the cam on that thing is just blip, 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 blip. Sounds awesome. What?
What was that again?
Blip, blip, blip,
Right before you recording?
That's what it sounded like, and that sounds like shit. But
Hey, later, Tony.
I said I hurt the Shelby. No. Oh, no, I meant by crashing it. You talking about earlier, Fortec? Yeah, no, I meant by crashing it. That's what I meant when I said I only hurt the Shelby. No, the motor's still fine in this car. Motor, tranny are all good. Just some hurt feelings. Tony's out there. Later, Tony. Have a good night, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Fortec, he needs to make it for Ford takeover this year. Keep saying next year like it's last year.
I mean, I'd love to go. It's just, gosh, I'd love, I'm not trying
you have to just fly. Just fly.
Yeah, here, wife. I'm going to go to Jackson, Tennessee. I need you to stay here with the children.
all three of them.
Hold down the fort. Oh, and the large dogs, one of which is like a fourth kid.
Take the two kids. Take one of the dogs. A lot of hotels nowadays are hotel or dog friendly. What's the problem?
So pay for all that to fly, all of it.
Kids under a certain age, don't they fly free or super cheap?
Under two. After that, they pay for full price.
Okay, well, just get an ID made for your youngest and say, yeah, here's
none of his middle two can pass as two. Sorry.
Just tell him.
I'm stretching it with Grayson, taking him to SeaWorld, trying to pass him as 3. All right. Sheesh.
It's also good when they know how old they are and they're like, no, Daddy, I'm 4.
Yeah. Daddy, I'm not 2. What's wrong with you?
I know he said it in front of the lady too. I was like, what a kid.
This one's a jokester.
He's learning all his numbers. It's cute. He is.
Oh boy.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's in June now, right?
Dogs in here. What?
Oh, wow.
Black Hawk helicopters are the Army. I'm in the Navy. We have Seahawks.
There you go. Get some connections on that ship. Be like, yo, bro, I need a ride.
Okay. Let me get right on that.
Total Black Ops mission here. We need to go
Yes.
to Jackson, Tennessee.
Yes. It's a mission. It's kind of like the Blues Brothers. We're on a mission from God.
Maybe if the Black Hawk was Ford powered, he could swing it, but
Oh man, I'm getting tired. Ugh. I'm glad it started a little bit early because I could not hang in here that long.
yeah, I mean, I was up late last night watching the game, so.
Do you watch? Okay, I know Sublime talked about it. That Raiders game was freaking awesome. That was a great game.
Oh, I only watched the first half of that.
The last 10 minutes of the fourth quarter going into overtime was part of some of the best football I've ever seen. The dude converted freaking 4 4th and 10s. It's ridiculous. And then his like game, like one of the touchdowns he had to score, it was like a 4th and 21. You're like,
Yeah.
how the hell did that guy get open? It's impossible.
One word, Vegas.
Yeah. Well, he's still not in the playoffs.
Well,
Their
they got the Steelers into the playoffs, so.
Oh, when I said Vegas, I didn't mean the football team. I meant like the bookies.
I knew what you
another
meant.
one.
The people that control the betting. There's another one. Damn, man, you're popping with those things tonight. That's going to get disciplinary action for fitting blue holes onto a Seahawk.
Yeah.
Powered by Ford.
Actually, I was it's funny. I did very well on the what's the flight test you gotta take? I did very well. I was thinking about being a pilot, but I didn't want to dedicate 10 years of my life to the military, and joke's on me. I'll be at 11 here soon.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I hide the cold chains and pinky rings. What? Stupid fast, sir. What are you doing?
He said he's a stereotypical Corvette owner.
I'm actually going to have to take my car out.
Oh, if it was me, hey, stupid fast. If I had a Corvette, I would dress as a stereotypical Corvette owner for my kids as soon as they became teenagers, just to embarrass them constantly.
I'm gonna
like
break
the long tube socks with like the 2 colored rings at the top that come up halfway up your calf. The New Balance shoes.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, dude, when not if, but when I get that C8 Z06, I'm gonna walk into the dealership as a stereotypical Corvette owner at the ripe age of 34 or 35, dressed like that to get it.
How old are you now?
I'll be 30 March 7th.
Well, that's the way you should be thinking about it.
Man,
I got another one.
Damn, dude. They are like popcorn, man. Orville Redenbacher couldn't pop them this fast.
Anna Vavankovich had something to say.
Why can't these new people just come in?
Oh, they're new. Then get one, Silverback.
Hey.
Oh, that's right.
Did they at least drop a like before I blocked them?
It sounded hot. Look at that name.
Was it Anna Kournikova?
No.
Oh. Was I close?
So it's funny, stupid fast. I've never been in a Corvette, not once. I have a buddy here locally. He's been trying to reach out to me to set it up to be on the channel. He's going to be the first Corvette I go for a ride in. It's got a 1965.
Did you see what Stupid Fast said, AB? Right there.
Yeah.
You might want to put your name on the list now.
Hey, it'll give you something to work for.
Yep.
I basically put my mind to it. That's
Dude, and if they called you 3 years later and you're like almost at the point to be able to get it, but not quite, you sell your soul to get it, man. Period. You know you would. You'd be like, do I really need that other kidney? I don't
I
drink.
mean-
Not much of a drinker.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's not really much I can give up. I can't give up drugs. I don't do drugs. I can't give up drinking. I don't drink. I don't have a tattoo addiction. It's like the only thing I can give up is like body parts, literally.
Blood. Start donating blood. You can get good money for that
Oh,
if you
dude,
go to the right places.
Okay, so I have no problem donating blood, but I tried to donate plasma once, and my body said no.
Really?
Yeah, it was just like they take so much blood out of you. I'm a small guy.
I was just say you're a small guy. That's a lot.
That room is so cold. They could not get a vein, and even when they did, I'm also a slow bleeder. Every time I give blood, it takes me like twice as long as everybody else.
Oh, wow.
Once they stick me, it's just like, oh, there it is, and then it just takes for fucking ever.
As Stewie on Family Guy always
was
says,
getting lightheaded and shit. So I was like, yeah, I tried. Because back when I had my 350Z, that's how I was going to pay for the car every month. I mean, I was going to pay for it myself, regardless. I already had it, but I was like, damn, I could basically have a free car payment if I just do this.
Another one, damn, dude.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and end the stream now. Appreciate
Dingo
everybody hopping in.
Vingingo. He said,
Block this guy.
no go.
But everybody, thanks for hopping in. Hope everybody has a good night. Actually, really enjoyed today's stream. I love talking to other vets a lot. So yeah, I enjoyed that. Hopefully, everybody else did. Sorry if we started talking on our own little level here, but I like talking to other vets. So, all right, everybody, have a good night. I'm tired as hell, and so I'm probably just rambling.
Yep.
All right, peace out, guys.
Deuces.
Deuces.